Okay, question number 36 is a dilation question. It says we have this quadrilateral here, FGHJ. We dilate it, and we get this bigger quadrilateral FGHJ prime. So the first thing we need to think of is that when you see dilation, and it asks us about the rule, we remember that dilations have multiplication. Dilations of multiplication. So we can eliminate any of our answer choices down here. Any of our answer choices down here that do not have multiplication. This means we can get rid of G. We can get rid of G because look, we have addition here. It's not dilation. We're looking for multiplication. And we can also get rid of choice J. Again, we have subtraction and then addition. So we are looking for multiplication. So now we have to decide between choice F and choice H. So the next fact about dilations that we need to remember is that if our shape gets bigger, our scale factor is greater than 1, and if our shape gets smaller, then our scale factor is less than 1. So we are here, we start off with FGHJ, and we dilate it to get this bigger shape, FGHJ prime. So we're getting bigger. So that means our scale factor is bigger than 1. Remember, the scale factor is a number that goes in front of our x and our y. So here our k is 5/7. Our scale factor is 5/7, and here scale factor is 1.4. K is just a shorthand way of writing scale factor. So, and from here we look, and 5/7 is 5/7 bigger than 1. Some of you might be able to realize that, hey, 5/7, 5 is smaller than 7. So I know that this is less than 1. But if you're not convinced, type it into your calculator. 5 divided by 7, control enter. You will get approximately 0.7, and we know that 0.7 is less than 1. Here, choice H, 1.4, we can clearly see that that is bigger than 1. So choice H is our answer. So again, for dilations, there are about 3 main things that you need to remember. You need to remember that the rule for dilations has multiplication in it. You need to know that if our shape gets bigger, that means our scale factor is bigger than 1. And if our shape gets smaller, then that our scale factor is less than 1. So that's problem number 36. Question number 37 is one of those questions that asks you to write an equation based on a little story problem they gave you. So this one reads that basically the story is Melissa, she got $25 for washing her mom's car, and she also earns $10 every week for doing chores. So it asks us to find T, the amount of money she will have saved after the end of N weeks of doing chores. So basically, a lot of times you see these problems with Y and X, but in this case we just have T and N. So it's not really that much different, just different letters. This process is still the same. So we notice that we start off with $25. So this is kind of a one-off thing. She washed her mom's car, she got $25. This is a one-off thing. It's not going to change. So we write 25. We do not put a variable behind it. We don't have anything after it right here because this 25, again, it's a one-off thing. It only happened one time. It's not going to happen again. $25, she washed her car, she's done. plus, because we're dealing with money, we're adding more and more money every week. $10 every, I'm going to write an X through it. Because words like every, per, each, those are all words that relate to a variable. So, we have 10, and then we need some sort of variable after this 10, because every is a variable word. We're going to choose N, because she earns us $10 every week for doing chores, and N is the number of weeks we've been doing chores. So we put a T over here, and we get our answer. We look for whichever one matches it. I know we put 25 first here, and none of these have 25 first, but choice A is our answer. Remember, we can change the order of addition. We can add in whichever order we want. So our answer is choice A. T equals 10N plus 25. So the big takeaway for these types of problems is each, every, per. Those are all variable words. We will have some sort of letter after those numbers. So this is number 38 is a surface area problem. We are finding the total surface area. Total is important. We're finding the total surface area of this rectangular prism. Fun stuff. So the first thing I would do is I would write down the total surface area formula. So surface area equals PH plus 2 big B. So remember that P is a perimeter of base, H is our height, and big B is our area of the base. Next thing I would realize, I would write down some formulas. You are not given these on your formula chart, but I would recommend memorizing these because these are important. Perimeter of a rectangle is 2L plus 2W, and the area of a rectangle is LW. Alright, so we just need three things. We need length, width, and height. So let's find our length. Our length is here, our width is here, and our height is there. So we have length, width, and height. Next, from here, let's start off by finding the perimeter of our base. So we have this formula. I'm going to write it down again. P equals 2L plus 2W. So perimeter equals our length is 7.5 down here, so it's 2 times 7.5 plus 2 times our width is 5. So we get out our perimeter. Perimeter is 25. Perimeter is 25. So this is a very important number. I'm going to underline it so I know it's important. Now we need to find our big B, the area of the base. So big B equals length times width. Labeling my shape here made it super easy for me to fill out these formulas. So don't get confused. My length is 7.5 times my width, which is 5. So 7.5 times 5. My big B, my area of the base, is 37.5. Alright, so now I have all the stuff I need. I can use this big formula here. So S equals my perimeter, which is 25, times my height, which I labeled up here at 6.5, plus 2 times my base, which is the area of my base, which is 37.5. So I plug this in our calculator, so 25 times 6.5 plus 2 times 37.5 is, we get our total surface area is 237.5. That is our answer, and then you just bubble it on your sheet in the correct manner. Alright, question number 39 is a question that is kind of about graphs, and again, like how much we can have like per box. So the first thing I would do is I would look at our answer choices. So remember, per means 1. So it's $7.50 per 1 box. Here, $10 per 1 box. Here, $4 per 30 boxes, so that's a little different. And here is $3 per 4 boxes, which again is a little different. So we want to find which of these answer choices, which ones match a graph. Which ones match graph? So for choice A, it's $7.50, so it's over here for 1 box. So I go up from 1, and I go over, and I'm just a hair less than 10. So I would say we're maybe at $7.50. Let's check the others. So choice B says we're 1 box, we go over, and we're at 10. So this choice B does not work, because if we go up from 1, we're not at 10, we're at $7.50, right? Here, 30 boxes. 30 boxes would be all the way out here, and if we do a line up and over, we would be much more than $4. This is probably like maybe $100, much more than $4. So it's not choice C. And here, $3 per 4 boxes. So we go up from 4 boxes, we go over, and we want to see if that's 3. Is this 3? No, that's 30. So the only one that works is choice A. Alright, so this is the last question. It is volume of a cylinder. So it gives us some measurements here. Our radius is 3 inches, and our height is 10.5. And then it asks, which measurement is closest to the volume of the cylinder in cubic inches? So what we should do, we should write down our volume of a cylinder formula. So we look on our STAAR reference sheet, and we have volume of cylinder is V equals big B times H. We don't know big B off the bat, but we can calculate it. So remember that big B is the area of the base, and the base of a cylinder is a circle. So what we're looking for is the area of a circle. So it's pi, big B is pi r squared. We're going to plug it back into this formula. We're going to plug this right there. So we get our volume formula is pi r squared times h. Alright, now we're going to take down some measurements. So our radius, thankfully our radius is given for us, not our diameter. We're given the radius in this problem. So our radius is 3, and our height is 10.5. So we have these two numbers right here, and we can plug them into our formula finally. So we replace pi with 3.14, so 3.14 times our radius. Our radius is 3, so 3 squared times our height, which is 10.5. And I plug this into my calculator exactly as I see it there. 3.14 times 3 squared times 10.